Welcome back. This is The Edge of Infertility, where I give you the good, bad, and ugly of my experience in IVF. My name is Courtney, and today I'm going to tell you all about transfer day. We recently went through transfer day, and you're going to see some video footage of me and my husband and our conversations on the way up there, and some tips and ideas of what the experience is like. So go ahead, hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a thing, and stick around and we'll tell you all about it. So as you know, we've been going through a frozen embryo cycle. We just got to transfer day and I've been prepping the entire time. I've been taking all of my meds and had all of my appointments and ultrasounds. If you saw the previous video, it was a little hit or miss. They thought that I may have ovulated and we were gonna have to cancel the cycle. But thankfully, my uterus is in tip-top shape by the time we got to the day before transfer day, and my blood work was looking stellar, so they cleared us for transfer. This past Friday, we went ahead and transferred one embryo. That is all we have left, is that one embryo. There are no more. So right now, we are dead in the thick of the 2-week wait. And just swinging our feet waiting. I've taken the week off of work because like he said, or like I said in one of my previous videos, I really want to calm down and just not think about that. I want to do what I want to do and not be involved with the stress of work and all that other kind of stuff. So I've just taken the week off and I'm doing some stuff around the house. I've been organizing and restructuring things in the house. My husband says I'm obsessed with the home edit now, but I love organization. It's a deep, dark secret of mine. So that's what I've been doing. So to prepare for the transfer, we did estrogen pills and progesterone injections. My estrogen pills I was taking orally for the first couple of weeks, but when I went in for my mid-cycle review or mid-cycle ultrasound, the lining of my uterus, they look for a tri-layer, which is 3 lines. I'll try to dig up a picture on the internet, but 3 lines, and those 3 lines give you kind of the blueprint of where the embryo should be transferred. And when I went in, I didn't have those 3 lines. I had like a blob, which was, I'd never experienced that before. I didn't have any hiccups in my last transfer that was successful. So that kind of knocked me off guard or caught me off guard and knocked me off balance for a little bit. But we went from taking it orally to using it as a suppository. And by the time we got around to the next ultrasound, which was about 2 or 3 days later, everything looked great. So from there, they wanted me to go ahead and start my progesterone shot. You take your progesterone shot every 24 hours, typically in the evening. However, since I was having a few issues and they were thinking that they may be off by a few hours with my progesterone, they wanted me to start it a little earlier. So I had to start taking it that morning at the doctor's office. They went ahead and gave me a shot, which means that every 24 hours thereafter, I would have to have an injection. That was an issue. Typically, my husband would give me the injection in the evening, but 9 o'clock, he's not there in the morning. He's at work. I'm working from home, so I was having to give myself the injection. I did that a couple of times and then that was a no-go. I called the doctor to see, you know, can I change the time or what can we do? So of course they said we can move it up. We do it anytime between 6 and 10. So I'm like, okay, my husband, he goes to work pretty early and we can just get it done at 6:30 and call it a day. So every morning we've been waking up, including on the weekends, to give ourselves, well, he gives me an injection, and that has been a lot more successful than me trying to do it myself. That I recorded it, but I don't even think I'm gonna post that video because it was just too much, friends, too much. It was hard to do. You gotta contort your body. Yeah, no thanks. Next. Once we get the all clear, we prepare with other medications. They give you a round of steroids for about 6 days. They add in an antibiotic after the transfer that you take, just to make sure that everything is on the up and up and there are no bacterias or anything that'll make you sick or hurt the embryo. Like I said before, everything during the COVID cycle was solo. So this transfer was by myself. I had the option of having my husband on FaceTime or Duo. His phone camera is broken, so I just went in solo. In order to get the transfer done, you have to have a full bladder. So about 2 hours before, you cut yourself off from going to the bathroom and you just start drinking water. Now, I'm already a water drinker. I try to get like a gallon a day, at least 100 ounces. But this friend right here, I usually carry around with me and use that throughout the day. I'm used to going to the bathroom like once or twice an hour. So holding it, whoa, was that a challenge. 2 reasons. 1, that's a whole lot of water to be holding. 2, I had a baby a year and a half ago. Things don't hold like they used to. So holding it in, I'm like, you know, I'll just lie here. Don't press anything. Don't make me move. We'll be fine. So when we got to the clinic, I had to wait about 10 minutes before I went to the back. When they brought me to the back, I went ahead and changed. They have me undressed from the waist down. They give you a nice little warm blanket and you just lay there on the table. This is cozy room. Lighting is low. You've got like spa music in the background. I'm like, this is fancier than it was the first time around. The first time around, we were in like an OR room. You could tell it was a real procedure room. Oh man, but this time it was a lot calmer, low lights. They gave me a Xanax. I just laid there and tried not to freak out and not to pee on myself. The doctor, however, had a procedure prior to mine, so she was a bit delayed. The nurse did let me go to the bathroom and let out just a little bit, which is a task in and of itself. But it was still enough for them to do the transfer. So the doctor comes in with the nurse and an embryologist. The embryologist rolls in what looks like an incubator that you would keep a baby in, but it has like 2 armholes where they can do their scientific work with the embryo. So they roll the whole cart in, have you sign off on all the information to make sure that everything is matching. You are who you say you are. The embryo and the information that's attached to it is the same. They load everything into a catheter. Well, the doctor goes ahead and uses the ultrasound and use it. They use it on your stomach, so it's not a vaginal ultrasound like all the other ones. And that gives them a better view of the uterus through that full bladder. So once everything is confirmed, the doctor goes ahead and inserts a speculum, cleans your cervix, and inserts a catheter into your uterus right at the top near the fundus, which is the exact location that they want it to be. After that has been put in, the embryologist loads up the embryo into another catheter that is then threaded through the catheter that is inside your uterus already. You can see everything going on the ultrasound screen, and it kind of looks like a white firework. That's like the best way I can describe it. And they inject it into that area, pull out the catheter that was holding the embryo. The embryologist checks it to make sure that the embryo didn't try to hitch a ride back, and that is completely clear. And once that's done, they pull everything out and you can go right to the bathroom. I didn't have to sit around and wait. Last time I did, I was able to get right up, go to the bathroom, and get dressed and go downstairs. We can't drive ourselves home that day. My husband had to drive me home, so we just went with doctor's orders of being couch potatoes. They wanted me off my feet for 36 hours. So, you know, anything that you do, it's got to be like a necessary movement. So yes, you can shower. Yes, you can go to the bathroom. They prefer you not go up and down stairs all day long. Just sit down, chill out, relax. And that's what I did for the next 36 hours. Really about 48 hours. And then after that, you can resume normal activity with a few limitations, like no exercising, no running around, no heavy lifting, no like getting super hot where your body temperature is raising. So all of that is off limits. You also can't have sex. You can't have an orgasm. You can't have a bath. Lots of things that you can't have after a transfer, but that's okay. So hopefully we'll be having a baby. We like that. For us, some people have a full 2 weeks, but for us, it's a 10-day wait. I've got 10 days. I'm about 3 days in now. Well, 4 days in now, huh? And my little guy that I have now, we went ahead and sent him to grandma's house for the weekend so that I wouldn't be tempted to pick him up or chase after him or anything else that I shouldn't be doing, but really sticking to the doctor's orders. We're in the 2-week wait, the TWW as some people call it, and during that time, hopefully the embryo is implanting in my uterus and still dividing and growing. We won't know anything until we go back to the doctor's office for our beta test. So in 10 days, we'll go back for a beta test, which is the HCG hormone that we're looking for on that test. That will let you know if it's positive or negative. It's the same hormone that's used on the P test, but the beta will give you a number, a baseline number to check to see at a certain level if the pregnancy is progressing. If you are pregnant, those embryos typically double the HCG number every day in those early stages. So they'll have you come back in a couple of days and give you another test and see what your level is there to see if the pregnancy is still progressing. So at this point, I haven't done any at-home testing. I'm not quite sure if I will or not. Last time I did do an at-home test, probably about a week after the transfer, which was maybe 2 or 3 days before my beta, and I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do that again or not. I probably will, but you know, I don't really care for surprises, so I don't really want the doctor calling me and telling me that I'm not pregnant. I just like to know beforehand. However, those tests aren't always accurate, and the best way to confirm your pregnancy is through the blood beta test. So regardless, we'll just sit around and wait and see what happens. Thanks so much for checking out my video. Stick around for the next set coming through because I'll let you know if we're pregnant or not, if we get a positive or negative result to our test. In the meantime, follow me on Instagram. You can find me at Edge of Infertility, and I'll let you know everything as soon as I know it. Thanks.